After an argument, my husband left me at a bus stop in the suburbs without my wallet. I was about to walk 30 miles on foot, but suddenly an old blind woman who was sleeping on the bench said, "Pretend you're my granddaughter. My personal driver is coming now, and your husband will regret leaving you next to the richest woman in this city. Hello, write in the comments where you're from. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Enjoy listening." But all this was preceded by one argument, the last argument that lit the fuse. It all started, as usual, with money, or rather, with their absence. Alexander started talking again about his construction project of the century, a dacha that was supposed to be not just a house, but a palace capable of impressing his bosses and the right people in the city administration. This dacha had already eaten up all their savings. Then came loans, and now, as it turned out, there were new urgent debts. "Natasha, I need another 300,000, he tossed out that morning, not even looking up from his plate of omelette. He said this amount like he was asking to pass the salt. Natasha froze with her coffee cup in hand. "Alex, where are we going to get that? We already owe the bank almost 1 million. My salary as an administrator at the factory barely covers the interest and food." He finally looked at her. His gaze was cold, like she wasn't his wife, but an annoying obstacle. "I'm not asking where we'll get it, I'm informing you. I've already made arrangements with some people. The money is needed by evening." "Arranged?" Natasha's voice rang with steel. "You arranged without consulting me? Again, Alex, this dacha will ruin us. It's a bottomless pit. This dacha is our future." He slammed his palm on the table, and the dishes rattled. "You don't understand because you think small like a factory bookkeeper. I'm building a career. People need to see me, respect me. When the vice governor comes to visit, he needs to see class, not your tomato garden." "My tomato garden at least feeds us," she shot back. That was too much. Alexander jumped up, his face twisted with rage. "I'm tired of your whining, tired of your pettiness. You're dragging me down. I'll handle this myself. Get ready, we're going." "Where?" Natasha asked, confused. "To a guy's office. Need to sign some papers. I'll explain on the way, just don't bring anything." He eyed her. "Leave your purse and phone too. This is a confidential talk." His tone left no room for argument. Natasha was used to obeying him. Over the years of marriage, he'd systematically broken her will, convincing her she knew nothing about serious matters, that her place was at home, his on the path to power. She nodded silently, threw on a light coat, and followed him to the car. They drove in silence. The city faded behind, replaced by drab suburban landscapes. Natasha tried asking a few times where they were going and what the papers were, but Alexander just brushed her off. His profile was tense as a string. After half an hour, he sharply turned off the highway onto a narrow road leading to some dacha settlement. The car drove another 500 yards and stopped next to a rickety bus stop. There was no one around, just fields and a distant tree line. "Get out," he said curtly. "Why?" Natasha didn't understand. "Get out, I said, we're here." She obediently opened the door and stepped onto the shoulder. The wind immediately whipped her hair. She turned, expecting him to get out too, but Alexander didn't even turn off the engine. He just stared at her through the windshield. "Alex, what's going on? Where's this guy?" He smirked. A cruel stranger's smirk. "There's no guy, Natasha. There's just you and your money problem. You didn't want to give it, so solve your problems yourself now." It slowly dawned on her terrifyingly. "What do you mean?" "I mean I'm leaving you your debts and your whining. I'm starting a new life and you can start yours right here." With that, he hit the gas. The car lurched forward, kicking up dust. Natasha stood frozen, watching it go. She didn't believe it. This couldn't be. It was some evil, stupid joke. He'd turn around any second, laughing, but the car didn't turn. It became a dot and vanished around the bend. The silence that followed was deafening. Natasha stood in the middle of the road, completely alone. She mechanically put her hands in her coat pockets. Empty, no wallet, no phone. He'd taken everything. A panic thought flashed. 30 miles to the city. On foot. How long? 6 hours, 7. She'd arrive in the dark. Despair crept up her throat like an icy wave. She sank onto the shaky wooden bench under the rusty shelter. Tears flowed on their own. How could he? For what? After 15 years together. Just dump her from the car in the middle of nowhere like trash. She didn't notice right away that she wasn't alone on the bench. In the darkest corner, curled up, sat an old lady. She wore an old but good quality coat, and her eyes were hidden behind big dark glasses like blind people wear. Her head was down. She seemed asleep. Natasha even flinched in surprise. She'd been sitting there maybe 20 minutes trying to stop shaking and figure out what to do. A few cars passed, ignoring her. She tried waving, but drivers just sped up. No one wanted to stop for a lone woman on a deserted road. The sun started setting. It got cooler, and suddenly the old lady stirred. She lifted her head and without turning to Natasha, said in a dry, creaky voice, "Stop crying, tears won't help your trouble." Natasha flinched and stared at her. "Husband left you," the old lady stated indifferently. Natasha just sniffled in response. "Got it," she nodded. "They're all like that. First a rock and protector, then a knife in the back." She paused, tapping the concrete floor with the tip of a thin cane Natasha hadn't noticed before. "Want him to regret it today?" Natasha looked at her doubtfully. What could this poor blind old lady offer? How? The old lady slowly turned her head toward her. The glasses were pitch black. "My personal driver is coming for me soon. Pretend you're my granddaughter. Get in the car and we'll leave. Your husband will regret leaving you next to the richest woman in this city." Natasha's breath caught. It sounded like nonsense. What rich woman, what granddaughter? The old lady seemed to read her thoughts. "You have a choice. Sit here waiting for night, or get in a warm car and change your life. Decide." At that exact moment, a long black car appeared from around the bend. It moved slowly, silently, like a predator. The car glided to a stop right at the stop. Natasha saw the make and couldn't believe her eyes. She'd only seen cars like that in movies about billionaires. A man in a strict suit and gloves got out. He walked around the car and opened the back door. "Irina Arkadyevna, we can go," he said with deepest respect. Irina Arkadyevna, the old lady. She slowly rose, leaning on her cane. "Victor, wait. My granddaughter is coming with us today." The driver, without a flicker of surprise, just nodded and looked at Natasha. His gaze was completely neutral. He waited. Natasha had no time to think. Fear of the unknown was strong, but fear of staying here in the dark on this cursed road was stronger. She stood and, like in a dream, walked to the car. The driver held the door for her. She slid onto the soft leather seat. The interior smelled of expensive leather and something else, calm and powerful. Old lady sat beside her. The door closed silently, cutting her off from the wind, dust, and her old life. The car pulled away so smoothly Natasha barely felt it. They rode in complete silence. Fields and groves flew by outside. Natasha didn't know where they were taking her. She expected a luxurious mansion in the city center, but the car turned onto another road, then another, and soon they were at a tall, solid fence with no windows. The gates slid open silently, and they entered the grounds. This wasn't just a dacha, it was a fortress. Huge house of dark brick, security cameras everywhere, perfect lawn, no flowers, no coziness, just security and function. The driver opened their doors. "Irina Arkadyevna, any orders?" "You're free, Victor, I'll call if needed." They entered the house. Inside was as strict and impersonal as outside. Huge hall, expensive but severe furniture, no photos on the walls. "Come in," the old lady said, pointing her cane toward the living room. Natasha went and sat on the edge of a hard sofa. The old lady stood in the middle of the room. She stood motionless for a few seconds, then did what Natasha never expected. She took off the dark glasses and looked at her. Her eyes weren't blind. They were incredibly alive, sharp, piercing, smart, cold, all-seeing eyes. "My name is Irina Arkadyevna Wishnevitskaya," she said in a completely different, commanding voice. "And you, Natalia Perlman, are 38 years old. You work as an administrator at the steel mill. Your husband's name is Alexander Perlman. He's 42. He's a minor official in the city council, aiming higher, all correct." Natasha froze. She couldn't speak, just nodded. "Good." Irina Arkadyevna went to the bar, poured a glass of water and handed it to her. "Drink, you'll need your strength." Natasha took the glass with shaking hands. How do you know all this, and why?" "Why pretend?" Irina Arkadyevna smirked. "In this city, I know everything about everyone who matters or thinks they do, and I pretend because it's useful. People aren't afraid of the blind and say things around them they'd never say to the sighted. I often sit there, watch, listen. Today was lucky, saw an interesting show." She sat in the armchair opposite. "Your husband is a parasite, small, vain, and stupid parasite. He got into huge debts to build a gaudy dacha and impress the right people. Now he's decided to get rid of you and your apartment to pay them off. Am I right?" Natasha nodded again. "The apartment, her parents' apartment, the only thing truly hers. I'll help you," Irina Arkadyevna said firmly. "I'll give you everything, clothes, phone, best lawyers. We'll get back your apartment and your good name, but it won't be free." "What do you want in return?" Natasha whispered. "You'll owe me, call it a favor or debt, you decide. When the time comes, I'll ask for a return favor. For now, you'll do what I say. Deal?" Natasha looked into those hard, unblinking eyes. She knew she was making a deal with the devil, but the devil offered salvation, while the husband who'd sworn love left her to die on the roadside. "Deal," she said. Irina Arkadyevna nodded satisfied. She hadn't doubted the answer for a second. At that moment, something clicked in Natasha's mind. A memory her brain had blocked, scared and humiliated. A picture of the last seconds at that stop. She remembered her husband's car pulling away, her watching it, and, already driving off in Irina's black car, she threw one last glance back at the spot where she'd been dumped, and she saw it. Alexander's car hadn't left. It was parked 100 yards down the road, hidden behind the bend. He hadn't just driven off, he'd stopped. He'd watched. He'd made sure she was alone, helpless, in total despair. He didn't just want to abandon her, he wanted to savor her humiliation to the last drop. Only when another car arrived and took her did he leave. Cold horror, far stronger than despair, pierced Natasha. This wasn't an argument, not an impulsive act. It was planned, cold-blooded, cruel theater, where she was the victim and he the audience. Realizing this burned her inside, driving out tears and confusion. In their place came cold, ringing rage. The glass in her hand trembled, a few drops of water falling on the expensive upholstery. She didn't notice, her whole being focused on one thought. He didn't just leave her, he enjoyed her suffering. Irina Arkadyevna watched the change with undisguised approval. "That's better," she said. Her voice held something like satisfaction. "Hate is much better fuel than self-pity. You can go far on it." She pressed a button on a small remote on the table. Minute later, a woman in a strict grey dress, like a housekeeper from an old movie, entered silently. "Galina, take Natalia to the guest room. Let her shower, prepare clothes, underwear, everything needed. Size, I think, 10.5, and bring dinner here to the living room, something simple." Galina nodded, not even glancing at Natasha, and said, "Follow me." Natasha silently rose and followed. The guest room was as big and impersonal as the whole house. In the bathroom, on snow-white shelves, stood new unopened bottles of shampoo, shower gel. A new toothbrush lay there. On the bed was neatly laid out clothes, dark pants, cashmere sweater in neutral beige, underwear set, all expensive, quality, absolutely lacking personality, like a uniform. After showering and changing, she felt a bit better. Warm water washed away some shock, clean clothes gave fragile control. When she returned to the living room, dinner was on the table. Fried chicken, salad, sliced bread, and two more people. One was the driver, Victor. He stood by the wall, hands behind back, still as a statue. The second man, about 50, in a perfect suit and thin-rimmed glasses, sat in an armchair. His face was that of someone who'd never smiled in life. "Natalia, sit. Eat," Irina Arkadyevna said. "This is Matthew Leonardovich, my lawyer. He'll handle your case." Natasha sat and forced herself to take a fork. Food wouldn't go down, but she needed strength. "Matthew Leonardovich," Irina Arkadyevna continued, addressing the lawyer. "Brief Natalia." The lawyer adjusted his glasses and looked at Natasha with dry, indifferent eyes. "Natalia Andrea, based on preliminary info, your spouse committed an act qualifying as leaving in danger, but proving intent is almost impossible. He'll claim you argued, you left the car willingly. He drove off in affect. No witnesses, so forget it. That was just prelude." His words were clear and cold as scalpel strikes. "Main thing now is your property, namely the apartment inherited from your parents. It's your separate property, not divisible in divorce. He has no rights to it, but his action today shows he's ready for unconventional methods." "What should I do?" Natasha asked quietly. Irina Arkadyevna spoke again. She took a new smartphone still in box from the table. "This is your new phone. Clean number, unregistered anywhere. Contact only through it. Consider your old number lost. It has Matthew Leonadovich's number and mine saved. You need no one else." She paused. "Go home." Natasha looked up in surprise. "Why, to see what he really did," Irina replied. "You think he just dumped you on the highway? That's just the start. You need to see it with your own eyes, feel it, understand who you're dealing with. Victor will drive you." Sense of power mixed with fear filled Natasha. With this support, she felt almost invulnerable. She had the best lawyer, a patron the whole city feared. Alexander was just a minor official. What could he do? Victor drove as smoothly and silently as before. They entered the city sinking into evening twilight. Familiar streets, houses, stores, her courtyard. Her heart beat faster. "I'll wait here," Victor said emotionlessly as she got out. She nodded and went to her building. Hands trembled a bit. She imagined opening the door with her key, him sitting in the living room, sure she was wandering some dark highway. Imagined his face, seeing her strong, calm, ready for war. She climbed to her third floor. There it was, the familiar door covered in leatherette. She pulled her key ring from her coat pocket, the one she'd left in that morning, inserted the key in the lock, and it wouldn't turn. She froze, tried again. The key went in halfway and stopped. She pulled it out, looked at it like the key was at fault, tried again. Same, panic suppressed with effort rose from her soul's depths. She tried the second key for the bottom lock. Same, the locks were new, he'd changed them. She recoiled from the door like from a blow. This couldn't be, it was her apartment, where she grew up smelling of mom's pies and dad's books. He couldn't, had no right. She pounded the door hard several times. Alex, open up, I know you're there, open now. Silence. Sound, no rustle, only a curious neighbor peeked from upstairs but hid behind her door seeing Natasha. Hands reached for the new phone. She found Matthew Leonadovich's number. The lawyer answered instantly like waiting. Yes, Matthew Leonardovich, this is Natalia. He changed the locks. I can't get into my own apartment. I expected this, he said calmly. Call the police. Say unknown persons changed locks in your apartment. You can't get home. No word about husband, just unknown. Wait for them, I'm on my way. Call the police. It seemed insane. Call police to enter your own home. She dialed 911, voice shaking, explained to the dispatcher. They promised a unit. Waiting was torture. She sat on the stairs, huddled, staring at her door turned foreign and hostile. After 20 minutes, 2 cops appeared on the landing. Young sergeant with tired face and older partner. You call? The sergeant asked lazily. What's up? Natasha stood and tried explaining. This is my apartment. I came home. Keys don't fit. Locks changed. Documents for the apartment. Passport? The older asked. Everything inside, Natasha said helplessly. I left morning without purse. Sergeant smirked skeptically. Got it. Well, we can't break the door. Maybe you sold it, or relatives live here. At that moment, the building door slammed below, quick steps on stairs. Alexander appeared on the landing, but not alone. Beside him, arm in arm, a young, beautiful woman in elegant business suit. Ksenia Zabolotsky, daughter of the city prosecutor. Natasha knew her from city events she sometimes attended with husband. Alexander looked calm and confident. He even feigned concern. Natashenka, there you are. I've been looking everywhere. Why aren't you answering your phone? He spoke to her but looked at police. Officers, something wrong? This is my wife. She's going through a tough time, a bit unstable. Ksenia stood silently, measuring Natasha with contemptuous gaze. And then Natasha saw it. On Kay lifted her neck a thin gold chain with small irregular pearl. It was her mother's necklace. Only expensive thing she kept in bedroom jewelry box. Ksenia, catching her gaze, casually touched the pearl with fingers. Light triumphant smile touched her lips. Your wife claims she can't enter the apartment, Sergeant said, tone changed. A respectable, confident man, not disheveled woman without docs. That, Alexander sighed sympathetically. Yes, I had to change locks. For her safety and ours, we're divorcing. Natasha's had aggression outbursts lately. He pulled papers from folder and handed to police. Copy of divorce filing, and this is court order. She's barred from approaching me or this apartment. Doctor strongly recommended. Natasha stared, eyes darkening. Divorce order, doctor. What monstrous planned lie. That's not true, she shouted. He's lying. This is my apartment. Calm down, citizen, Sergeant said strictly, studying papers, all official with seals. At that moment, Matthew Leonardovich climbed to the landing. He nodded silently to Natasha and addressed police. I'm attorney for Natalia Andrea. What's happening? Alexander eyed him appraisingly. And who are you? My client can't access her property. Her documents, apartment belongs to her by inheritance. Was her property, Alexander corrected calmly. His eyes gleamed. He was waiting for this, enjoying it. Older cop, finishing last paper, looked at Natasha with poorly hidden pity. Citizen, I'm afraid you no longer have rights to this apartment. Per this document filed with registry, you're no longer owner. Matthew Leonardovich frowned. What document? Show. Alexander, with same mocking smile, handed another sheet. Lawyer scanned it quickly. His face became impenetrable. He silently passed to Natasha. It was sales contract dated 2 weeks ago. It said she, Natalia Andrea Perlman, sold her 3-bedroom downtown apartment to husband Alexander Igorovich Perlman for symbolic 100,000 rubles, and at bottom her signature. Clear, neat, identical to real, perfect 100% fake. Natasha stared at paper, one thought, impossible, simply impossible. She'd never sell her apartment, never, for any money. This is forgery, she whispered, not tearing eyes from fake signature. Matthew Leonardovich took contract, studied carefully. Yes, obvious, he said without looking up. Signature expertly done, but signs it's not original. Alexander smirked. Don't make me laugh, attorney. All docs in order, notarized. If your client changed mind, her problem. This contract has no legal force, Matthew Leonardovich stated firmly. We'll file police report for forgery and fraud. I'm sure expertise will confirm us. File away, Alexander shrugged. You're right, only by then your client will have nowhere to live. And nothing, by the way, officers, he turned to Sergeant again. I'd like to add to my statement. I suspect my wife stole large sum from apartment and is fleeing me. Natasha gasped. What nonsense. Don't play dumb, Natashenka, Alexander sang sweetly. You know what? You took all my savings, every penny, now trying to escape. Lie, Natasha yelled. I took. Apartment, worse public humiliation. Threat to freedom, life. Frantically grabbed phone, call someone, Irina, tell stuck worse mess. Police wouldn't listen, one name, only relative seemed left her side. One trust unconditionally. Fingers dialed. Hello, sleepy voice. Tanya, Natasha whispered, choking horror. Tanya, it's me, need help, urgent. Other end, seconds silence, only sleepy breathing, Tatiana. Natasha, God, where you, what happened? Voice. Nothing. Police exchanged glances. Situation getting messier. Family scandal, divorce, apartment money. They clearly didn't want in. All right, citizens, Sergeant said. Need protocol, come to station, sort there. I'll go with you, Matthew Leonardovich declared. Alexander nodded to Kay Senior. She pulled keys from purse, opened apartment door. Sorry, officers, but I must go, important meeting. Alexander, call me. She threw contemptuous glance at Natasha and vanished inside, leaving door open. Alexander watched her, turn to Natasha with triumphant smile. Well, Natashenka, here we are. No apartment, no money, and thief too. Who'll believe you? I have everything covered. You're nobody. Natasha looked at him, saw nothing but hate. He'd become monster, vicious, vengeful, utterly unprincipled. And she suddenly understood she'd lost. He'd outplayed her, destroyed her. Police led her and Matthew Leonardovich to car. She walked in fog, feeling no ground, no cold, no shame, just emptiness. At station, hours of protocol, interrogations, explanations, all useless. Police clearly on Alexander's side. Provocative questions, pressure, trying confuse her. Matthew Leonardovich objected but ignored. Finally, near dawn, released. Natasha left station broken, drained. Matthew Leonardovich silently led to his car. I'll take you to Irina Arkadyevna, he said, whole silent. Natasha stared out window, seeing nothing but defeat. Nowhere to go, no money, homeless, worst, powerless. Alexander stole everything, even her identity. At Irina Arkadyevna's dacha, greeted, restrained. Galina led to room, silently brought breakfast. Irina Arkadyevna called her only after lunch. She sat in armchair like queen on throne. No sympathy, regret in eyes, just cold, appraising gaze. Well, Natalia, she asked, played victim. I gave you every chance to fight. What did you do? Let yourself be destroyed. Natasha, silent, didn't know what to say. You understand you're nobody now? Irina Arkadyevna continued. Homeless, jobless, ruined reputation. Your husband did everything to destroy you and admit he succeeded. What to do? Natasha asked quietly. What to do? Irina Arkadyevna sneered contemptuously. Sue, file court claim, prove sales contract fake, demand expertise, hire detectives. Long, expensive, likely useless. Your husband has everything covered. You'll waste year and money, achieve nothing. But what then? Natasha exclaimed in despair. Fight, Irina Arkadyevna cut. But not in court. War is war. Reputation is what's left most valuable. Use it. Alexander wants everyone think you're alcoholic thief. Fine, we'll make everyone see who he really is. How publicly? He plays politics, wants respect, so strike his reputation. Make his name synonym for corruption, deceit. But how? He has everything covered. No one believe me. Believe or not doesn't matter, Irina replied. Matter they talk about it, matter his name on everyone's lips. Create public outcry, even his patrons can't protect him. She paused, looking at Natasha with piercing eyes. Tomorrow City has charity gala, all elite, politicians, business officials, your husband speaking, your chance. What do I do? Come there, Irina Arkadyevna replied, and ask him one question, publicly front of all, question he can't answer. What question? You'll know, Irina Arkadyevna smirked. Now prepare, Galina, bring dresses, look flawless, show all you're not broken, be queen. Natasha left Irina Arkadyevna's office with vague anxiety. Didn't know what awaited, didn't know what to do, but knew one thing, no more victim, she'd fight. Galina brought dresses. Evening, elegant, perfect fit. Did hair, makeup. When Natasha looked in mirror, didn't recognize herself. Another woman stood, strong, confident, ready for battle. Victor drove to gala building, crowd in evening wear at entrance. Music, camera flashes. Natasha exited car, head high, walked to doors, walked like on tightrope, feeling hundreds' eyes. Recognized her, whispered, glanced, but no one approached. Entered hall, froze, luxurious decor, crystal chandeliers, exquisite snacks. All seemed sets from alien life. Saw Alexander, On stage, surrounded important officials, businessmen speaking into mic. Face glowed self-satisfaction, started toward stage. People parted like before Ghost. Heart pounded, must do this, must ask question. Alexander finished speech, hall erupted applause, descended stage, headed exit, her chance, intercepted at exit. Alexander, she said loudly. He flinched, turned, seeing her momentarily speechless, face twisted rage. What you doing here, how you get in? Tell me, Alexander, Natasha said calmly, eyes locked. Where did you get right to sell my mother's apartment? Hall fell silent, all eyes on them. Alexander paled, tried speak, words stuck. Then from nowhere, K Senior stepped between, grabbed Alexander's arm, pulled aside. Ignore her, K Senior said loudly to crowd. She's drunk, doesn't know what's saying, mental disorder. Pulled phone from purse. See for yourselves. Pressed play, drunk slurring voice from speaker. Natasha's voice. Screen showed image. Natasha saw herself. At table some party. Drunk, laughing, mumbling, slurring song. Video from weeks ago, nephew's birthday. Remembered evening. Bit too much wine but nothing bad, just fun. K Senior stopped playback. See, she said to crowd. Doesn't even remember last night. What about papers? Hall silent but different, sympathetic, condemning. Someone snickered, contemptuous snort, head shake. Natasha felt face burn, shame. Not just ashamed, humiliated. Exposed to ridicule, trampled in dirt. K Senior smiled triumphantly. See what she really is. Pitiful drunk woman trying destroy successful man's life. Don't believe her, she lies. Crowd dispersed, turned away like she leper. No one wanted anything with her. Natasha stood middle hall alone, humiliated, disgraced, crushed. Attempt fight total failure. Alexander and K Senior won, destroyed her finally, irrevocably. Natasha didn't remember leaving hall. Snickers, whispers merged, buzzing, swarm chasing to exit. Stood cold porch, arms around self, watching passing cars. Wanted vanish, dissolve, fall through earth. At moment, familiar black car braked silently beside. Victor exited, opened back door, just looked. No word, no question, waited. She silently got in. Whole way to Irina's dacha, total silence. Natasha stared night city, saw only reflection in glass. Woman, expensive dress, smeared makeup, empty eyes. Irina's plan failed. No, she failed it. Victim again, this time public. Next morning, new blows. First, boss from factory Michael Simonovich called, voice dry, official. Natalia Andrea, good day. Due to situation and public scandal damaging company reputation, management decided, indefinite administrative leave, unpaid. But Michael Simonovich, it's not true, she tried. All slander. Don't know, don't want no, he cut. Serious production, not family drama spot. Docs sent by courier. Goodbye. Beeps. Fired, politely, legally, but fired. Tried calling only close friend from work department. Rings, no answer. Hour later, short text. Natasha, sorry, can't talk now. And don't call me anymore, please. Have family, kids, no need problems. Became outcast. Alexander and K Senior overnight turned her social pariah. Irina Arkadyevna called evening, furious, but not at Alexander. You're weak, she spat as Natasha entered office. Gave you weapon, you let them knock from hands and beat you with it. Stepped ring, surrendered first punch. But what could I do? Natasha whispered. She showed video. You should have been ready, Irina interrupted. Didn't know your husband, what low he'd stoop. Lawsuit for signature forgery now empty. Matthew found out, experts here bought. Give conclusion signature real. Say you signed in inadequate state, now don't remember. Video perfect proof. Case closed before open. You lost. Irina's words merciless but fair. Natasha sank chair, total helplessness. All paths cut. Court, police, public opinion, all Alexander's side. So end, she asked dully. For weak, yes, Irina cold. For fighters, no, think must be something he missed. Tiny thing, document he couldn't fake. Something prove your right to apartment undeniably. Natasha closed eyes, concentrating, reviewed all apartment-related memories. Suddenly flash. Old blue folder. Father kept most important docs. Birth cert, diplomas, yes, original privatization contract and inheritance certificate. Originals with real signatures, seals, watermarks. Alexander couldn't fake those. There is, she said, opening eyes. Originals, real contract and inheritance cert. Where? Irina asked immediately. At our old family dacha in Riverside Settlement. Dad always kept important papers there. Didn't trust city apartments, said easier steel. Good, Irina nodded. Chance but act fast, quiet. No one know you go, especially husband. That night Natasha set out. Victor drove to settlement edge, dropped her. 2 hours, he said. Then wait here, if not back, leave. Irina Arkadyevna hates when people caught stupidly. Natasha nodded, walked dark abandoned settlement streets. Their dacha at very edge by woods. Small rickety house, all childhood there. No light, water, Alexander hated place called shack, hadn't been years. All fence dad put sagged, gate locked rusty padlock. Natasha climbed over, scraped hand badly ignored. Fear court drove her, house door locked too, went around, tried windows. One to garden gave, old frame creaked, opened. Natasha climbed in with difficulty breathing stale dust. Turned phone flashlight arena gave, beam caught familiar painful setup. Old sofa faded cover, bookcase round table, heart ached nostalgia. Folder in dad's office, bottom drawer desk. Went small room, all in place. Pulled heavy drawer, under old newspapers lay it, blue folder. Hands shaking, excitement opened, all there. Inheritance cert, privatization contract, all real seals, parents' signatures, she won. With these Alexander fraud, about to leave, standing clumsy, stepped wrong. Foot on floorboard oddly crunched, shifted, Natasha froze, shone light down, floorboard loose, never noticed. Curiosity won, prized board nails lifted hard, under small hollow, hideaway. In its small fireproof safe shoebox size. Natasha no idea, they'd never mentioned safe, maybe old family valuables. Simple code lock 4 digits, tried birth year, click, dad's birth year, click, mom's, click, nothing, then wedding year, 1975, safe opened, shone inside expecting money or old jewelry, but no money, no gold, 2 neat paper stacks and 2 foreign passports, took passports, 1 photo Alexander 2nd K Senior, new passports issued month ago. Planning flee, chill down spine. Set passports aside, took top paper stack. Permits, licenses, technical plans, not expert but city architecture commission seals. About new shopping complex city outskirts, to last sheet. Main construction start permit. Irresponsible person approving project from factory supplier side signature. Looked closely, froze. Her signature, digital copy from work electronic system. Certified her department seal. Blood drained face, papers shook hands. Not just escape plan, monstrous devilish frame-up. Alexander not just stealing apartment pay debts, hanging huge multimillion fraud municipal land, construction contracts on her. If scam exposed, all leads to her signature key doc. He gets money, flees mistress abroad, her jailed years. Panic overwhelmed. Worse than losing you, listen carefully, Natasha whispered, glancing dark windows like someone eavesdrop. No time explain phone, meet now, life death. What's saying? Alex lying, all lying. Tanya, he framed me, wants jail me, please meet, no word anyone, not mom, friends, especially him. Heard sister scared sigh. Okay, sure, where? Our 24-hour cafe cozy on Proletarian, no it's small, no one there now. Yes, be there, Natasha, hold on. Hung up, pocketed phone. Grabbed blue folder apartment docs and second scary fraud stack, climbed window, over fence somehow, ran almost to spot Victor wait. Met half-empty coffee-scented cafe. Tanya at farthest table, scared-looking door, saw Natasha, jumped. Nat, what with you, look awful. Natasha sat, put both folders table, hands shook. Tanya, little time here, pushed blue folder sister. Originals apartment, prove sales fake. Tatiana relieved exhale. Thank God, so all settled, go lawyer. No, Natasha cut. Open second folder, spread fraud sheets table. Main problem, look. Tanya leaned docs. Long stared drawing seals, nothing understand. What this? Scam, big construction scam, and this, Natasha pointed last page. My digital signature, stole from work, hung all on me, stole apartment money, flee, leave me answer, their foreign passports, preparing. Tanya looked signature, passports, face slowly paled, eyes full horror. My God, Natasha, how, why he not monster? He monster, Tanya, big one, Natasha dull. Now no idea what do. Give lawyer's apartment docs, he used this, arrest same day, trapped. Tanya sat silent, head in hands, thinking hard, suddenly lifted head. One person, college classmate, remember told Andrew, now great lawyer, works New York own firm, not tied our city, prosecutors, judges, owes no one here, owes me, helped him big case once. Natasha hopeful look. Think help, sure, Tanya whispered hot. Listen plan. You not show with these papers, too dangerous. Give me, today call Andrew, explain all. Tomorrow first train, take personally New York. He start work, federal contacts, crush locals, can't squeak. Papers safe him, Alexander not reach. Plan reasonable. Give docs independent lawyer, untied city corruption network, only right move. Who trust more than sister? Sure, Tanya not dangerous you. Silly, Tanya wiped tear cheek. You sister, not let bastard destroy you. Give all, quickly gathered dangerous docs big bag. Returned blue apartment folder Natasha. This keep you for now. When Andrew okay use, main hide evidence now go call from New York. Natasha huge almost unbearable relief. Shoulders mountain lifted. First time terrible days real hope. Hugged sister tight. Thanks Tanya thanks oh you. All good, Tanya whispered hugging back. We manage. Back Irina's dacha, Natasha first time long slept. Hid apartment folder under mattress, fell heavy dreamless sleep. Seemed nightmare retreating. Woke sharp demanding knock door, not her room, main house door, early morning. Heard Galena quick corridor, then low male voices. Heart anxious thump, through robe, out corridor, hall 3 men. 2 police uniform, 1 plainclothes stern strong face. Irina Arkadyevna there, strict robe, cold staring intruders. What this? She asked. Plainclothes showed ID. Inia Investigator Economic Crimes Unit Major Belozrov. Warrant search house and arrest citizen Natalia Andrea Perlman. On what grounds? Irina Icy. Basis criminal case fraud large-scale document forgery. Investigator replied, looked straight Natasha frozen room door. Natalia Andrea arrested. 2 cops stepped her. 1 twisted arms back, snapped cuffs. Cold metal burned wrists. All slow motion. We also exact info where doc's interest. Major continued smirk. Here nodded men, they ignored Irina, headed guest room. Minute later 1 out holding blue folder, apartment originals. But how, what mean? Irina asked investigator. Means your guest not simple. Not only signs fake, permits million builds, stores originals, apartment supposedly sold. Preparing blackmail ex-husband no less, all fits. Lead exit. Humiliation, fear, total incomprehension, mixed bitter lump throat. Lead house, Major Belozrov pulled phone, called someone. Yes, all good, got her, object docs us. Thanks anonymous tipster, exact location. Valuable info. Seated police car, door slammed, Natasha last desperate glance, porch froze. From house corner out investigator Belozrov. Slow walked, black sedan parked bit away. At car waited young well-dressed man, expensive suit, New York lawyer, Tanya's friend, but not look come save sister's friend. Stood confident smile. Investigator approached, firm handshake. Said something, both laughed. Friend grateful nod, pointed house, window just led from. Thanking police, pointing Natasha. Moment Natasha understood all. Head whole terrible picture. No friend lawyer, no save plan, Tanya not go New York. Called not friend Alexander, gave all. Told where Natasha hide last proof innocence. Sold her, sister for what, car pulled. Natasha watched fadding lawyer figure house, soul nothing but burned icy desert. Not set up, betrayal, worst, vilest human capable. Car sped morning streets, Natasha saw nothing ahead, emptiness. Sister betrayal, blow impossible recover. Worse husband cruelty. Absolute total destruction, all believed. Family support, last hope, all lie. Tanya not just help Alexander, became weapon, led trail, gave bullets, helped pull trigger. Interrogation unit long humiliating. Investigator Belozrov acted guilt proven, showed fake docs, pointed her digital signature. Confess, Perlman better all. Tell sewed unidentified organized fraud scheme. Who forges factory, who access seals. She silent, what say, any word useless. They wrote script, her role criminal, evidence irrefutable. Docs her signature, originals apartment hid, blackmail, all logical convincing. Alexander Tanya plan details, 2 days later released. Unexpected, guard entered cell, Perlman out, bail posted. Out isolation, squinting daylight. Gates waited, Matthew Leonardovich. Looked grimmer usual. Rina Arkadyevna posted bail, short said, opening car door, get in. Way familiar fortress dacha briefed, case bad, very bad, serious charge, doc's sister gave them, main prosecution witness. Testify you gave her papers, panic asked hide. Naturally good citizen reported police immediately. But lie, Natasha exclaimed. Lie backed evidence court fact, lawyer cut. Your signature docs. Motive their version, revenge husband enrich. Case almost 100% win them. Face 10 years. 10 years, number echoed head. 10 years prison crime not commit. Irina Arkadyevna met living room. Not yelling, calm, scary a rage. Stop crying, said Natasha, broke sobs. Tears no help, wanted trust sister, got result, enough self-pity, start thinking. Waited Natasha calm bit. Caught no option, lose, approach different. Husband pulled scam, needed money fast, huge, not just escape. Owes someone debt, burning heels. Find who what for. Find thread, pull, unravel ball. How? Natasha helpless. You can't, Irina, but know who can. Pulled notebook drawer, tore sheet, wrote name phone. Boris Richnikov, former best investigative journalist city, uncovered big cases. Couple years ago dug under husband. Alexander starting counsel career, involved land deals. Boris almost finished, stopped. Ksenia Zabolotsky dad prosecutor, fired wolf ticket, accused slander publish. Since scraps ads. Hates husband deadly, loves money, calls say from me, help. Boris meeting old basement pub city edge. Man 50 tired smart eyes worn tweed jacket. Smelled tobacco disappointment. Listen Natasha silent no interrupt. finished, long looked, said, no story or start, new Perlman thief not thought capable this. Sister, family, help, Natasha hope. Irina Arkadyevna pays good, crooked smile, have daughter apartment credit, so help, start where? Money, Natasha. Understand why needed huge sum urgent. Next day's work. Boris old contacts lifted Alexander finances. Hours tiny smoked apartment piled old papers, studied bank statements, credit history deals, picture grim, dacha iceberg tip. Alexander lived beyond. Expensive watches, suits, resorts, K-senior gifts, all credit. Bank debts colossal but not explain urgency risk. Something else, Boris said, peering statement. See besides official credit payments, regular large transfers, same account, monthly, same date. Account anonymous, shell person, not credit, blackmail. Blackmail, Natasha, who blackmail him? Who knows something worse, theft, destroy career, life, faster debts, Boris thoughtful. Need owner account, almost impossible, dead end. Boris tried channels, no luck, all trails cut. Natasha despair, reviewed events, weeks, find clue, suddenly tiniest detail ignored. Day dumped, stop. Irina driver Victor, exited, open door. Smelled cigarettes, sharp, spicy, specific, saw Pact pocket, black gold crest, never seen such, told Boris. Probably stupid, she, no stupid our business, he, any detail key, black gold crest, rare elite. Next 2 days tailing Alexander. Alternate shifts, Boris car, city hall, boring, tiring. Alexander work, leave, meet officials, nothing suspicious. Third day Natasha shift. Evening darkening. Sat car parked across, drank cooled coffee, paper cup. Suddenly Alexander out building, alone, nervous. Glanced around. Minute unimpressive man, grey coat approached, quick talk. Alexander briefcase, thick envelope, gave man no count, pocket, quick left, him blackmailer. Natasha phone photo, too dark, quick away. Jumped car, followed distance. Man coat to corner, quiet alley, stopped parked car. Not Irina, black limo, ordinary dark sedan. Man passenger seat. Driver door open, someone out. Natasha hid tree, heart, throat. Driver pocket, cigarettes lit. Lantern light, pack, black gold crest. Victor, Irina driver, finished, tossed but handed blackmailer window another envelope. Took car, left immediate. Natasha stood tree long after car's gone. Cold evening air, burned lungs, not feel. Inside numb. Picture head, monstrous brain, refuse, accept. Irina savior, patron, hope giver. Irina not just help, director play, pulled strings both sides. Blackmailer pushed Alexander, despair, force, crime worked her. Driver accidental, save her, stop her accomplice. Not help game, big cruel game, Alexander target, she Natasha weapon. Pawn moved, board, strike enemy king. Irina used her settle old scores, Alexander, stood tree long. Rage pure, cold ice filled soul, emptiness. Rage Alexander, Tanya now Irina, used her, played grief, weakness, not ally tool, not call Boris. Caught taxi first time, paid self, small money journalist, gave expenses. Gave Irina dacha address. Must look eyes, burst house, ignore Galina, surprised look. Irina Arkadyevna living room book. Lifted head, eyes no surprise, like new Natasha come waited. You know all, not question statement. Yes, Natasha calm, stop room middle, hands fists. Saw Victor, saw hand money man, blackmail husband. Irina Arkadyevna set book slow, removed reading glasses. So what? Asked like weather. Calm, indifferent tone, exploded Natasha. So what? Yelled, played me, arranged all. Blackmail my accidental save. Knew Alexander stupid, pushed him, used me destroy him. Yes, Irina calm, stood bar, poured water. What of it? End justifies means. Driver unimportant detail. Goal, Alexander you weapon, most effective. Offended, humiliated wife. Perfect. Why? Natasha whispers, strength leaving. Why him, me? Irina sipped water, looked. Eyes moment, something memories. Years ago, your Alexander Jr. aid big boss, helped boss solve issue, small promising factory. My factory first built scratch. Bankrupted, took pennies, lost all, vowed destroy all someday. His boss long rotted, earth cirrhosis. Your husband thought big man, forgot I not, all place. Revenge long cold planned. I just handy, Natasha bitter. Became perfect tool, Irina correct. Gave chance, not just get back stronger, taught fight, or prefer still sit, stop cry. Right monstrously, right. Irina turned victim fighter for own goals. Now what, Natasha, voice even, tears yells over. Now know all more dangerous, angry motivated, fight not apartment, self, strongest motivation. To massive desk, open drawer, thin folder, through table Natasha. Husband, mistress, powerful protector. Senior father, city prosecutor Zabolotsky, he place nothing for you, cover daughter, future son-in-law. All claims, evidence, smash his office. Natasha opened folder. Photos, doc copies. Photos, prosecutor Zabolotsky taking envelopes, known city businessmen. Docs, bank transfers, shell firms. Compromat, killer, corruption, proof enough, several life sentences. Where this? Eyes, ears everywhere, Irina cut. Your key freedom, go Zabolotsky now, show deal. What deal? He drops all fraud charges you. Case closed, no crime. Exchange, give folder, disappear. Leave city forever, apartment, leave them. Price, freedom. Go, Victor, drive. Exit. Ugly, unfair, exit. Save life, freedom, sacrifice, rest, home, job passed. Hour later, prosecutor reception. Secretary long refuse, let Natasha said, tell prosecutor folder from Irina Arkadyevna Wishenevitskaya. 30 seconds, door opened. Zabolotsky, burly man, heavy, powerful face, met standing. What want? Growled. Natasha, silent, to desk, laid folder, contents, photos, docs. Looked, purple face, ashen, heavy, sank chair. What want? Asked, voice no confidence. Want criminal case, me immediate, closed. Natasha, clear. All charges dropped, no crime. Prosecutor silent, eyes, papers, her face. Good, finally, but not all right. What else? Wishenevitskaya. Wishenevitskaya, nothing. Natasha, my terms. Zabolotsky, surprised brows. Good, your terms. Natasha, pause, gather thoughts, moment. Deal. Irina offered clear plan. Freedom, silence, apartment, logical, safe. Want you her silent. Looked scared face, powerful man. Looked compromat, folder. Remembered Alexander face, dumping highway. Ksenia face, mom, necklace, neck. Tanya face, fake tears. Irina face, cold, calculating. All wanted, disappear, surrender. Some prison, some other city. All break, throw away. Moment inside, switched. Final, irrevocable. Slow, deliberate, gathered photos, docs, back folder. Prosecutor watched, uncomprehending. What doing? Asked. Agreed. Natasha zipped folder, took hands. Looked straight, Zabolotsky eyes. No, said, voice quiet, firm, steel. No deal. Turned, walked, door. Wait, yelled back. What plan do? Natasha stopped, door, no turn. Plan, take all, apartment, job, name, you future son-in-law, daughter, pay all. Out office, left, stunned, prosecutor. Past reception, security, out street. Not to car, Victor, wait, other way. Left behind all, tormentor, sister, traitor, puppeteer. Now played self. Walk street, no road. Wind face, no cold feel. Inside, burned. Decision, prosecutor office, not impulse. Born days, world crumbled. First wanted justice, then survive. Now vengeance, full, final. To cheap cafe, sat, window table, ordered strongest coffee, dialed number. Boris, this Natasha. Meet now. Arrived 20 min, always worn jacket, tobacco smell. Sat opposite, question, look. Well, what Wishenevitskaya say, night discovery. Confirmed all, Natasha, even voice. Played game, offered deal, turn, prosecutor, freedom, leave city. Boris whistle, twist, but you exit, unfair, they take apartment, but free. Refused, Natasha. Boris choked coffee, stared crazy. Refused, mind, Perlman, only chance. Her chance, Natasha, correct. Chance, end, revenge, toss, used shell. No play others games, play mine, need help. Outbag, compromat, Zabolotsky, folder, table. My ace, not trade, use, take all. Boris cautious, opened folder, eyes wide, quick closed, glanced around. Understand, hands, bomb, blow, whole city. Plan, blow, Natasha, gaze cold, determined. Boris looked, saw different person, not scared, woman met days ago. This woman dangerous. What propose? Asked voice, respect. Think cornered, she planned, start. Sure, prison or flee, hurry, need fast, finish, apartment, flee, country, scam, not exposed. Weakness, greed, rush, play that. Plan, bold, risky, needed, perfect. First, Boris, old journalist skills, small article. Appeared 2 days, obscure column, local business paper, City Herald. Headline neutral. Foreign investors' interest, frozen construction projects region. Text, some Swiss investment group, HVTA Capital, studying commercial real estate, especially new Mal outskirts project. Too little, Boris said, show paper. May not notice, need bigger bait. Will, Natasha, now make news reach personal, not news specific offer. But offer needed money, big money bait, believable. Then strange. Next day Boris called Natasha, voice confused. Natasha, no understand. Account huge sum just. 5 mil rub, anonymous transfer. Natasha smirked, new anonymous. Irina, refused plan, old schemer, miss watch play, final she started. Made bet, now hook bait. Boris, reliable gossip channel, chatty administrator, priciest city salon, Ksenia regular, half day. Ksenia, new big secret, Swiss ready buy project, writes double price, avoid scandals, city authorities, speed process. Main want talk only, initial signer, factory side person, signature docs, Natasha. Ksenia bit greed over caution. Thought pre-escape, huge score, too tempting. Evening, Natasha phone Alexander. Voice tense, tried calm, poorly, hid excitement. Natasha business talk, one project, not want talk you, Natasha tired. Listen interests, big money, very big. Meet solve problems once. Agreed meet. Next day 7 p.m. separate conference room ambassador hotel priciest respectable city. Wanted serious business deal. Hooked, Boris said Natasha hung. Now prepare need people play Swiss reps. Couple ex-colleagues failed theater actors. Good pay play anyone. Day dragged torture. Natasha Boris every detail. Investors look say hidden recording gear. All plan. 5 p.m. 2 hours meet Natasha phone again Alexander. Listen careful, said voice no fake business. Cold command order. Plan change. Natasha inside cold. What happened? Nothing safer all no hotel meet elsewhere. Where asked already guess bad. Go factory Alexander clipped. Old office 7 p.m. come alone. Bring all docs passport notarized power attorney project your name. Investors transfer us give share cash. But why factory? Voice trembled. Empty evening. That's why ice tone. Fewer eyes no stupid. Come alone waiting. Hung, Natasha sat phone hand stare point. Boris watched wait explain. Changed all dull. Factory my office night trap instant he. Want eliminate. Natasha no go cancel all. Natasha slow eyes no fear cold ringing empty after burned all. No said no cancel go I go. Crazy jumped Boris kill you. Want that calm. Expect scared victim come alone dark empty building see her. Just change play end bit. Stood window. Plan head mad no other. Boris actors no need. Need real audience, call number give, say Natalia Perlman, say tonight steel mill bribe handover confessions large economic fraud, city prosecutor involved, wrote sheet Irina phone, understand do, doubt Boris, not miss final Natasha smirk, her investment now main one call, out another phone simple button Boris bought conspiracy, found internet voice change app, desperate theatrical but try. Dialed Alexander turned app slurring hysterical Tanya voice. Hello, Alexander irritated. Alex me, yelled changed voice panic imitate. Problems, police questions are talk docs. What? Alex promised clean, promised pay my credits, confirm all. Calm Tanya hissed. Yes confirmed, debts closed, apartment almost ours, money today, calm shut up, got it no word them. K senior, father, cover us, continued hysterical cry. Use her then not need, evil Alexander. Cross-border silence him, nothing do, no call more. Pressed end saved recording, all needed. Confession all, bribe Tanya apartment scam fraud plans prosecutor. 6:45 approached factory gate, dismissed taxi alone dark echoing gates. Guard gate warned Alexander call silent let, walked huge dead territory. Light only old admin building windows, upstairs second floor. Office door ajar, pushed entered, all three there. Alexander window, K senior lounging her work chair, prosecutor Zabolotsky visitor chair. Massive body-filled space, tiny office, tight cage. Here, business lady, K senior drawled I Natasha head toe. Alone, smart, docs brought. Natasha's silent table, notarized power folder. Alexander grabbed greedy check. Order, said nod K senior. Investors where? K senior impatient Natasha. Swiss where? Money. Natasha's slow calm gaze all. Greedy Alexander predatory K senior heavy confident impunity prosecutor. Here, quiet, instant outside blinding light. Huge spotlights, roofs, shops flashed, flooding factory square, merciless white. Alexander K. Senior Zabolotsky rushed window, square all building exits people. One exit Boris cameraman lens windows. Other two strict civilian suits federal vibe, federal agents. What this? Screeched K. Senior. Zabolotsky instant understood, face earth. Set up growled. Alexander rage fear turned rushed Natasha. Kill you. But ready, step side flew past crashed cabinet. Instant Natasha phone play, tiny speaker filled silence recording talk Alexander, hysterical crying Tanya voice irritated smug answers, all, sister bribe apartment fraud main promise silence prosecutor border, Zabolotsky face twisted, looked Alexander hate ready incinerate, moment office door burst federal agents threshold, all stay, anti-corruption unit. Zabolotsky straightened try powerful, know who I, city prosecutor, no, calm senior agent. Why here? Citizen Zabolotsky detained suspicion excess authority concealing economic crimes. Two agents entered snapped cuffs prosecutor wrists. K. Senior screamed not fear mad rage. Turned full force slapped Alexander face. Loser screamed pounding fists. Ruined all hate you. Agents pulled aside. Alexander stood head hands totally crushed. Took arms led exit. Broken complete. Weeks passed. Drill sound best music Natasha heard months. Worker finished third, reliable lock front door. Old Alexander changed locks newspaper hall floor. Stood living room window look city. Apartment has undivided. Case closed. Alexander Zabolotsky testimonies desperate cut terms drowning each other. Tanya said all place. Phone rang. Michael Simonovich boss factory. Natalia Andrea good day. Call promised. Appointment order planning department head signed. Monday start. Thank Michael Simonovich, not fail. Doubt, he essentially saved factory huge scandal losses, least due. Hung, department head one scam Alexander almost destroyed. Now rebuild, worker hall finished. Done ma'am, accept, reliable no. Natasha new heavy solid key ring. Fingers cold metal all over, through hell out different. Lost husband sister faith people found self. Home now decide who enter door. So dear listeners ended difficult tense story. Story betrayal deceit incredible spirit strength. Saw Natasha turned broken humiliated victim person dictates game rules. Main question after end. Right. Win monsters become harsh calculating maybe ruthless. End justify means. Think worth go end risk all or better. Accept prosecutor deal start new life other city leave evil unpunished. What you place. Interested opinion. Question story something unrevealed just share thoughts write comments. Story touched support like video subscribe channel miss new captivating stories. Like comment help channel grow. Best. End video middle screen window appear. Click window. Other interesting stories.